Christian extremist and newly legal expert, Gordon Klingenschmitt, is going to explain to us how law works in the United States.
There's a lower authority here, right? States supposedly are under the federal Constitution. And yet the federal Constitution is under the law of God. And so it really doesn't matter what the state constitution says. It's still illegal in the eyes of God. It doesn't matter what the federal Constitution says. It's still illegal in the eyes of God. And by the way, I believe the state constitution and the federal Constitution both ban homosexual marriage. But even if the judges did not think so, as this county judge said, even if that wasn't the case, they could not overrule Jesus Christ, who is the King of Kings, before whom every knee shall bow, and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. And he defined marriage in Matthew chapter 19 as saying this: have you not read that he who created them from the beginning, in other words, God made them male and female, and said, for this reason a man shall leave his mother and father and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh, and they're no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore what God has joined together, let no man separate. God defines marriage. It doesn't matter what our human opinions are.
Oh, okay, I understand. I didn't know that's how we run our government. I like how he thought he was actually explaining the legality, of how it works in the U.S. He's like, well, there's the local, and then you get to the states, and then there's the federal, and that's above everyone, but then there's God. We all have to answer to God's law. Really? Then why'd they put the Establishment Clause in the First Amendment? You know what that is, son? That says you cannot establish a religion. The government needs to remain neutral on issues of religion, and there cannot be a religious test for office. In other words, we are the first officially set up secular nation. I mean, Thomas Jefferson wrote letters where he spoke about the separation of church and state in the United States of America. Never mind the endless quotes of Thomas Paine and Benjamin Franklin and the rest of them that are incredibly anti-Christian specifically. Okay, but he of course flips it on its head. And here's the point, man. If we actually did implement a biblical system, which is what he wants, or at least what he thinks he wants, we would have to ban pork. Sorry, pork industry, you're done. We'd have to ban all shellfish, crab, lobster, shrimp, etc., so the fish markets would probably all go out of business. All clothes that are a mix of different fabrics. So the majority of clothes in the U.S., most likely, sorry, we'd have to close up shop. By the way, already we're at the point where the economy would tank. Like, the economy's already done. We're in a depression if we implement a biblical system. And also, we'd have it as law that when women are on their periods, they can't sleep in the same house as the men. It's in the Bible, man. You want a biblical system? I'm just telling you it's in the Bible. And of course, last thing I'll say on this, hey, Dippity, fucking read the Bible. So he's quoting one passage about where he thinks it means that biblical marriage is one man, one woman. Some biblical scholars last year decided to do a study where they count up all the different references of marriage in the Bible, and they wanted to see what was most prevalent and what was least prevalent to see what biblical marriage actually is. The number one form of marriage in the Bible, polygamy. So you want biblical marriage? Okay. It needs to be polygamy. Everybody get married to everybody else. And by the way, the other forms, I love this. Selling your daughter off to her rapist. That happens all the time in the Bible. You want a biblical system? Okay, do that. Or men oftentimes castrate themselves and live lives of celibacy. Gordon, get on it, man. Got to implement the Bible. I mean, but here's the thing, man. This guy is the American Taliban. He is Al-Qaeda in America. He's saying, no, I'm telling you, yes, I want a theocracy. I want religion to be law. Again, I know a lot of other people who say that. Osama bin Laden said that quite a bit. The Taliban, Al-Qaeda, Iranian clerics, Saudi Arabia. You agree a lot with the people that you pretend like you disagree with.